I went on vacation. I went to Orlando actually over the summer. The first day was like the Saturday when we first started shooting Gauntlet Season 2. And the first people I ran into were Matt and Brandon at the shoot. They're like, hey, welcome back. How was your vacation? I was like, where'd you go? And I said, I went to, Universal Orlando. And Brandon was like, wow, did you bring me anything? And I was like, yeah, I did, Brandon. I brought you a gift. And he went, really? I was like, no, what the fuck is wrong with you? Of course I didn't bring you a fucking gift. And he just looked so crushed and defeated. It was very disappointing.
I love crushing Brandon's hopes. It's my favorite thing to do.
He was like crushed. Like it was like a physical weight having to put on his shoulders, and he just like
There's something really fun about disappointing him. Just to make him go, oh. It's really fun to do. You should try it.
It was the night before last night. I had a really, really strange dream, and it was so strange that I'm gonna talk about it here.
Really? This is like the dream analysis part of the podcast.
So I had a dream that I was walking my little dog, Oswald.
They're both little.
My littler dog. And it was the morning, and I had like my hoodie on, and like I had just gotten out of bed, and I was walking him in the front yard, and I look, and my next door neighbor is Gray. And I'm like, that's weird. How long has Gray lived next door to me? And then Miles and Aaron are talking to him. I'm like, what's everyone doing over here? Like in my neighborhood, they're like, oh, hey. I'm like, Gray, how long have you lived here? He's like, I've lived here for like 2 years. I'm like, how have I not fucking known this? So then I keep walking my dog down the street, and then my next neighbor over is Mac Brown.
What? Mac Brown is the UT football coach.
I guess it was like the night he had announced his resignation, so maybe I'd been thinking about him. And Mac Brown had like this big like Labrador dog. And like the Labrador comes out and he starts like licking my dog, and I look down and my dog is a candy cane. But in my head, it's fine. That's my dog. And I'm like, oh my God, that
still
dog.
on like a leash and everything?
Yeah, it's on the candy cane's on a leash. and then, like the big Labrador
Nobody
has
wanted
the candy
to tell
cane
you.
in its mouth, and I'm like, control your dog. It's eating my dog. And then Mac Brown calls his dog away, but then like a piece of the bottom of the candy cane falls off. No. I'm like, look at that. Look what my dog's fucked up.
So wait.
And then Mac Brown's like, it's okay. I can fix this. He goes into his house and he gets like this aerosol spray can, and he starts spraying the candy cane like to fuse the pieces back together, except like the little rounded part falls off, and I start freaking out like, my dog's face. Like that's the face to me, like my dog's face
I like how
just
you're
fell
still
off.
referring to it as your dog.
The
even
candy
though
cane on a
And then
leash.
Mac Brown just turns around and goes back into his house. I'm like, my dog's face fell off. What am I gonna do? And then I woke up and I was like, what the fuck was that?
So was the dog, did you know that it had changed and you were like, oh, the equivalent of the dog's face has come off? Or did you actually think that it was your dog in that form?
It was my dog in that form, I guess. Like,
As
it wasn't
candy.
gross or anything. It was just like a piece of candy cane broke off.
That's fucked up, dude.
And it was like really freaky. I was so upset that I woke up and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me?